Well, hello there, our spooky review BAT-Talions. We're gonna see the Halloween movie today. We're going to the first show.
Yeah!
And we will give you a, what is it, a special, this is
Special edition.
a special edition of Spooky Review. So we'll let you know how it all works out, how Michael Myers dies.
How many screams?
How many screams and all that other good stuff. Okay? Until then, we will get back to you. Okay, bye-bye.
Haddonfield was a peaceful town. And then one Halloween night many years ago,
everywhere.
From Bolt to Blazer, Equinox to Silverado, Chevy EVs are for everyone, everywhere.
We just got done watching Halloween Ends, the Halloween movie, and we are going to do our little spooky review as we just take a little walk. So I was just wondering how they were gonna, how in the world were they going to end this when so many people just don't believe when they say it's over, it's over. And I think that they did a good job of that.
I think the last three Halloweens, they really were putting the story all at its final end. Because the last three were kind of all like one long movie, how they connected them.
Yes.
Because the other Halloween movies
and they were high quality. And they were high quality.
The storyline, and I think that's what keeps it captivating too. If you're a Halloween Michael Myers fan, and we've been following it most of all our lives, right, since we were kids. So it's not just some random movie. It's actually something that we kind of grew up knowing this whole storyline.
Exactly.
So the thing is, but in this movie, I felt they left it open for many little things to come up in your head. Because I think when we're watching the movie, you're always thinking, okay, how's it gonna really end, right? You're always thinking, what's the ending gonna be like, or how is he gonna die, right? Or, and then there's clues in the movie. You're kind of going, oh, it could probably do that because of this relationship happening or stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So that was kind of, and how you were thinking one thing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, dog walking, dog walking. So I think that's kind of, like you had different ideas how it could, and we had similar ideas how it can move on to a next, like, chapters,
but I don't think they will. I personally don't think they will.
Ends.
I think they gave us these little things that they were saying, okay, this, we could start a new franchise with this if we want to, but I don't think they really want to. I think that was just part of the fun of making us wonder about it.
Right. And I think I think the philosophical parts of it that makes me think about it is it makes you think a lot about watching the Halloween. It makes you think about the positive and negative forces in life and in people, and how powerful it lies. Like, and not only that, knowing that if you're faced with obstacles or adversity in our lives,
look at that tree.
I know, neat tree. When you're dealt with adversity in our lives, it's easy for negative energy to penetrate us to make it actually worse, unless we are strong enough and want to persevere through it.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's kind of the thing that we get in this movie too, because there are several lines and ideas thrown at you talking about how evil lurks and it shapes differently, like positive and negative forces. There's a lot of inner dialogue in there, I think. Did you catch any of that?
Yeah, and I think that there was a lot of we see bullying and how your your circumstances, how things happen to you, and how the world is kind of cruel to some people, and
especially
how
when
people
you're
are
down.
Yeah, and there is that element of, like, you know, someone being bullied and how it really an event in your life can really shape your life, but how you
Yeah, that's a good little background there.
yeah, just like how you deal with it, and just how the world looks to you when you're having troubles, you know? They did a really good job they did a great job. So I think that we should just I don't know that there's a lot of big lessons other than, you know,
I think it's how you look.
you have to
evil.
choose. Even horrible things can happen to you, and you still have to choose for
The
yourself.
little scroll.
Oh, look at
Little
that! I know.
scroll stuff.
This is neat. You have to choose for yourself the direction of your life, and there are some real things that happen to people that can be really cruel and really can affect people in a real way of how it shapes their life, because I felt like it was a worldview, right? And they showed the whole community, how the community was treating other people. It was also about blaming. Like, you saw a lot of people blaming other people for their tragedies and traumas, and so it shows a lot of that.
Also not what happens, people will blame people who actually were the closest and helped save them, or people who have actually sacrificed so much of their own time or life or whatever it is. We see that cycle in real world, right?
Yeah,
Like, people don't
yeah.
realize there's people out there that are always been there, and I think that's kind of a big message you could get.
Yeah.
Like, know and
Let's
trust
keep
the people
walking,
who've
Jules.
always been there for you. Don't you think?
Yeah, oh, yeah, because there was that element of, you know, people who've been through
remember
a lot.
the past.
Remember the past. Trust the people that have always been there for you and are taking care of you, and just honor your own journey, and don't worry about how you know, stand up for yourself, for sure. Like, don't let people talk down to you, or and there was that element
Having
of
courage,
that too,
yeah,
because
of
that one
courage.
point where he's like, don't let that doctor treat you like that,
Yeah.
right? But then, you know, the character was letting other people treat him that way, right?
Yeah.
Which is why he was sensitive to it. So I would
Yeah.
say that another message there was like, you know, focus on your own journey, but also on your journey, don't let people treat you like shit. You
There
know,
you go.
don't let people take advantage of you,
Yeah.
you know, on your journey. Even if you're damaged, even if you're struggling, you still don't have to be anybody's doormat. So
Right.
so how many screams are you going to give this movie?
I think I'll give it a 4 or a 4.9 screams. Like, it deserved
4.9.
that. I think 5.
Yeah,
If that was the end, I think that was a good way of ending, and it kind of
I'll say
leaves
5.
it open at the end.
I'm giving
which
it 5 screams.
It's easy. It's hard to not give away some.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then you got to
it's not
watch
that
it. I
hard.
think it's worthy of it.
Definitely watch it. Yeah.
I like the idea. I think it started out a little bit slow at first, right?
We're wrapping it up.
I
and
know,
you're
we're
going
wrapping
back
it
to
up.
the beginning.
I know.
Okay,
Sorry.
so I'm giving it 5 screams. And how many screams are you giving
I'll give it 5 because it's Halloween. Come on, it's a classic.
All right, you
Here,
guys.
we went to the first show, like the first showing when it aired today.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, we
so,
were the
yeah.
only ones in the theater. It was awesome, and it was a really good movie. We definitely recommend that you go and check it out. And why don't you tell us after you see it in the comments how many screams you give it, but also, do you think he's really dead now? So you let us know in the comments. And thank you for watching. If you're new here, we put out a new video every Friday night at midnight. And if you are a returning BAT-Talion, thank you so much for watching. Make sure before you leave this video that you hit the like button, because that helps them recommend us to other people who don't know we're here yet. And we just appreciate you guys so much. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week for another spooky review.